Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mr. Toots, and this is Mr. Toots Plays Halo. So we're just going to cover some more information that come out about the new upcoming flight before it gets here. To start, invites have started to roll out as detailed by this tweet. So watch out for those. Get it downloaded early if you can. Again, if you haven't been invited or if you haven't filled out the information at the Halo Waypoint site, still do so. There's still a small chance that you'll get in because they have said, 343 being they, have said that they are stress testing the servers during these flights. So I'm assuming that they're going to want as many players as possible. So might as well fill it out if you have a PC that can run it, just to try and get some playtime in. So the information for the flight, so apparently it is going to be split up into 2 weekends, so it's not just one weekend this time. So the first one is going to be from the 23rd to the 27th, 27th being that Monday, and I think it ends about 1 p.m. Eastern time on that Monday. And then another one from the 30th to the 4th, again with the 4th being that Monday. The kind of drawback, because awesome, we have 2 weekends, but the drawback is matchmaking will be limited to two times during those days. So there'll be 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern, which honestly kind of sucks, especially because I'm on Pacific time and I work weekends. So it's going to be a little hard to play after work. I should be able to get, 1 or 2 hours in each night, hopefully, before it shuts down the matchmaking. And then the following weekend during session 2, I actually have a short little staycation. So I'll actually be able to play a lot during that. So I hope to get a lot of gameplay in from it. Not really sure why they're breaking it up this way. I didn't find a whole lot of reason behind it. The only thing I could find is, like I said before, they're trying to stress test the servers with players. So they might be trying to focus it to certain times. That way, they get as many people on during these times at once. With that being said, I would watch out for the first session or two to have some network issues. Because again, they are stress testing their servers, which means there is a very high possibility that a server can go down during this. So just watch out for that. Be patient. If anything, you can always wait until the second session to start playing, especially because Big Team Battle is going to only be available during the second session, so you're not going to miss out on Big Team Battle beforehand. Outside of those times, however, the client will still run, so you'll be able to do things like training and stuff like that. You just won't be able to matchmake, and that's whether or not you're against bots or people. There'll be no matchmaking in those times. Probably to also do server maintenance and stuff like that. So we'll wait to see. It's open for 2 weekends, so you get a bunch of playtime in. So I'm not super worried about the time restriction. But yeah, so Big Team Battle will be here. It will be during the second session. From what I can find, the only map that we really know of right now is Fragmentation, or it should be called Fragmentation, and it was revealed in the gameplay reveal trailer. So I'll just kind of put up some screenshots of that up on screen just so you can get an idea of what it looks like. To me, it just kind of looks like a bigger, upgraded Valhalla. A big canyon, bases on either side, and weapons throughout it and stuff like that. I just know Valhalla is not very big, and this one looks quite a bit more spacious to fit everything. Just because I know Valhalla, especially if you have 1 or 2 tanks going, can get really claustrophobic in it. There's a lot going on. So super excited to see Big Team Battle roll out, and stuff like that. As far as the flights, those are really the big news there. There's still a lot of debate around the progression system. Still highly debated topic on how they're if you're not familiar with it, or if you need a refresher, the progression towards the battle pass is going to be solely dependent on completing challenges. Challenges that are like getting a certain amount of kills with a certain weapon, or use an ability a certain way. Like one of them was using the grappling hook to get yourself in, or I think to hijack vehicles. So a lot, like a big concern that people have is that these challenges are going to make it to where people only focus on those challenges during games instead of the actual game mode objective or anything like that. Which I tend to, I agree with that sentiment, but big but there is that, I mean, if you look across other FPSs like Call of Duty, when people go for things like Damascus or certain calling cards and stuff like that, you get the same type of stuff. You get the people going just for challenges and the people playing just to play, and the stuff like that. So I think in all honesty, that I don't think it's going to be a huge difference from what we've seen. I will say it's not making anything better per se, but I don't think it's going to really change a whole lot. But we'll wait to see. They did say that the 343 they've pretty much doubled down on the progressive system as it stands, but they are open to feedback once the game rolls out. So we'll see how that changes if it does. There is a little bit extra that have come out about the challenges. So it looks like you can get cosmetic rewards if you complete a lot of challenges during like daily and weekly challenges. Something called like ultimate challenges, which I think is once you complete like a certain amount of the weekly and daily, you'll unlock harder challenges to do. According to this article that IGN had, they had a quote in here, 16 to 18 hours before you would finish all of the daily challenges available. So there's definitely enough there to keep you working towards something day to day. Whether or not they're challenges that you feel like you can tackle is up for debate, but there's that. And then there's like a snippet of it that said that some of the lower tier challenges you can earn against bots. So it looks like they're going to keep matchmaking to where you can decide if you want to go against bots or against real players. And you can still earn challenges if you're going against bots. But then there's more difficult challenges that are unlocked that you have to get against real players. Honestly, with the difficulty of the bots in the last flight, don't know which one's going to be easier. Honestly, the grenade, the arms, the grenading from the bots is insane. It'll be interesting to see the progression of the bots in the next flight, just because I know a lot of people, that's their biggest gripe about the bots, is that they are just absolutely precise with their grenades. So yeah, we'll wait to see. Like, it's a lot of people just kind of speculating that they're not gonna like it before they actually really try it. Like, challenges were there in the flight, and I remember getting a decent amount of them done just for, shits and giggles, honestly, because it wasn't earning you anything. But I don't remember anything being too difficult, and there's ways to skip challenges and stuff like that. So I think overall it won't be too terrible. And it might stop people from, I think ultimately they're trying to stop people from like XP boosting. Like there's a big problem in the Master Chief Collection with Griffball, where people would line up and just sword each other. I can't remember, it's called like sword line or something like that. And basically that you just do that to get max XP each round, since they capped XP each game. So I think to kind of get around the XP boosting, this is their kind of solution. You have to actually like work towards it by completing different challenges and stuff like that. So like I said, we'll see when it releases kind of what it looks like, what it comes to, and stuff like that. But honestly, like, super looking forward to the next flight. Hoping there's at least one more before it fully releases in December. Just because we're only in September now, September, October. So maybe there'll be one more flight in November right before it launches. Um, would be really interesting. Um, but I mean, I will continue to cover that game until it becomes irrelevant. So come back here for more gameplay, some thoughts on the game, and stuff like that. There's definitely going to be like how-tos, tips and tricks, stuff like that. Gonna really try to get this channel off the ground. So yeah, if you got invited to the flight, I'll see you out there and catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.